Hello, everyone.
Then,
Good evening.
hi.
Morning.
What are we reading?
We are reading Jesus sentenced to be crucified. Jesus sentenced to be crucified.
Yep.
That is
John.
an encouraging start. John
John 19,
1, 2.
1, 2, 30.
Yes.
Right.
Please read
Then,
well.
then Pilate took Jesus and had him flogged. The soldiers twisted together a crown of thorns and put it on his head. They clothed him in a purple robe and went up to him again and again, saying, "Hail the King of the Jews!" And they slapped him on the face. Once more Pilate came out and said to the Jews gathered there, "Look, I am bringing him out to you to let you know that I find no basis for a charge against Pilate. Charge against him." When Jesus came out wearing the crown of thorns and the purple robe, Pilate said to them, "Here is the man." As soon as the chief and priest and the officials saw them, they shouted, "Crucify! Crucify!" But Pilate answered, "You take him and crucify him. As for me, I found no basis for a charge against him." The Jewish leaders insisted, "We have a law, and according to that law, he must die because he claimed to be the Son of God." When Pilate heard this, he was even more afraid, and he went back inside the palace. "Where do you come from?" he asked Jesus, but Jesus gave him no answer. "Do you refuse to speak to me?" Pilate said. "Don't you realize I have power to either free you or crucify you?" Jesus answered, "You would have no power over me if it were not given to you from above. Therefore, the one who handed me over to you is guilty of a greater sin." From then on, Pilate tried to set Jesus free, but the Jewish leaders kept shouting, "If you let this man go, you are no friend of Caesar. Caesar. Anyone who claims to be a king, opposes Caesar." When Pilate heard this, he brought Jesus out and sat down on the judge's seat at the palace known as the stone pavement, which in Aramaic is Gabbatha. It was the day of preparation of the Passover. It was about noon. "Here is your king," Pilate shouted to the Jews, but they shouted, take him away, crucify him." "Shall I crucify your king?" Pilate asked. "We have no king but Caesar," the chief priest answered. Finally, Pilate handed him over to be crucified. So the soldiers took charge of Jesus, carrying his own cross. They went out to the place of the skull, which in Aramaic is called Golgotha.
Yeah, you got that one.
There they crucified him, and with him 2 others, one on each side and Jesus in the middle. Pilate had notice prepared and fastened to the cross. Pilate had a notice prepared and fastened to the cross. It read, Jesus of Nazareth, King of the Jews. Many of the Jews read this sign, for the place where Jesus was crucified was near the city, and the sign was written in Aramaic, Latin, and Greek. The chief priests of the Jews protested to Pilate, "Do not write the King of Jews," but that is the man claimed to be the King of the Jews. Pilate answered, "What I have written, I have written." When the soldiers crucified Jesus, they took his clothes, dividing them into 4 shares, one for each of them, with the undergarment remaining. This garment was seamless, woven in one piece from top to bottom. "Let's not tear it," they said to another. "Let's decide by lot who will get it." This happened that the scripture might not be fulfilled. Might be fulfilled. That's it. They divide my clothes among them and cast lots for my garment. So that is what the soldiers did. Near the cross of Jesus stood his mother, his mother's sister, Mary the wife of Clopas, and Mary Magdalene. When Jesus saw his mother there, and the disciple whom he loved standing nearby, Jesus said to her, "Woman, here is your son," and to the disciple, "Here is your mother." From that time on, this disciple took her into his home. Later, knowing that everything had now been finished, and so that scripture would be fulfilled, Jesus said, "I am thirsty." A jar of wine vinegar was there, so he soaked up a sponge in it, put the sponge on a stalk of the hypost plant, and lifted it to Jesus' lips. When he had received the drink, Jesus said, "It is finished." With that, he bowed his head and gave up his spirit.
Oh, excuse me. So, before we sing, there was something that really stuck out to me this time that I don't usually think of. It's when the high priest said, "We have no king but Caesar." And I just think it was interesting that earlier they used the question about should we pay taxes to Caesar, like as an attempt to trip Jesus up. And so it's interesting to think about how we use our own circumstances to our benefit, and often it makes us appear two-faced, and we should really work on being honest and truthful and only having one face. So our song today, unlike last time where it was hard to find a song that matched, it was hard to just pick one song that matched.
It turns out there's a lot of stuff about the crucifixion.
What are we singing?
At the cross. So this one was filmed the same day as the last one that we did.
You didn't have to tell them that.
Why are you telling them that?
It's like the magic of cinema, and now it's gone.
Now you have to edit the video.
Sorry.
Cut that part out.
Sorry.
Our song is At the Cross, and we're going to sing verse 1 and verse 3. You ready? Alas, and did my Savior bleed, and did my Sovereign die? Would he devote that sacred head for sinners such as I? At the cross, where I first saw the light, and the burden of my heart rolled away. It was there by faith I received my sight, and now I am happy happy all the day. Well might the sun in darkness hide, and shut his glories in, when Christ the mighty Maker died for man the creature's sin. At the cross, where I first saw the light, and the burden of my heart rolled away. It was there by faith I received my sight, and now I am happy all the day. Day.
Day.
Have a wonderful day.
Have a wonderful day.
What day? And also whatever time you're watching this at.
Morning, afternoon, evening, and night.
All right.
Don't watch this. Why would you watch this at 8?
Why not?
8 is late.
Good night, everybody.